What up, gang, man? What's up, man? You already know, man. We finna keep it simple, man. We ain't finna do all that extra. Today, we finna do a video about theories, NBA theories, controversies, all that, dog, with my guy, 2-3, man. Shout out to my guy, 2-3. I just subscribed to him like literally a day ago. Low-key binge watching some of his stuff. Y'all can see duos, teams that used to exist. There's a team that used to exist that was where I'm from, we used to have an NBA team, chat, or it wasn't NBA, but or it was NBA. Either way, because they had some merger before the merger teams too. But yeah, chat. So I really appreciate this dude, man. Shout out to 2-3. And the reason why I'm dragging it so much is because I'm about to literally steal his whole video and react to it. But shout out to 2-3, man. You feel me? I definitely probably won't make this a habit, but you know what I'm saying? Shout out to him, bro. I want to do this 21 minutes and 33 seconds, no Illuminati other than 33, of unsolved NBA controversies.
Controversy 1. Dwight Howard's top 75 snub. So back in 2021, for the 75th anniversary of the NBA decided to create a list. The goal of the list was to honor the 75 best NBA players of all time. Basically, they were just going to list out the 75 greatest players ever. This was selected by 88 voters, media, players, coaches, executives. Everyone had a say. And then the NBA announces the list, and there's some names there, man. You know, Dave DeBusschere, Dolph Shays, Bill Sharman, Lenny Wilkins. Nothing against these guys. They're all-time great.
James Worthy. Shout out to James Worthy. Dominique Wilkins. Bro, okay. All right, bro. Clyde Drexler. I know, like, I'm not saying these people are trash, but keep in mind, Chad. Keep in mind that I'm pretty sure like the White Howard's not on there. I'm gonna show y'all why he's not on there in a second. Y'all gonna, if y'all ain't never heard the Dwight Howard story, y'all finna be mind blown. And then I'm pretty sure Kyrie wasn't on there either. Pretty sure Kyrie Irving wasn't on there. Like there's some people on there that definitely need to be on here before these people, especially Kyrie Irving, like the best ball handler in terms of like dribbling ever. Like if you're the best ever at something that's so important in the sport, you should be top 25 automatically.
Greats, of course. All-stars, all-NBA players, Hall of Famers. But a lot of people were really All-stars, all-NBA players, Hall of Famers. But a lot of people were really confused when they saw these names on the list and noticed one guy missing on the list, Dwight Howard. 8-time All-Star, 8-time All-NBA. 5 of those All-NBAs were first teams, 5-time rebound champ, 2-time block leader, and then he was a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. Back to back to back. He carried the Magic to the finals and actually ended up winning a championship in 2020. Nowhere to be found on the list. The best center of an entire decade of basketball. Just not on the list. And I was researching for this and I came across this post. Can someone explain why Dwight Howard is not in the 75th anniversary team?
Let's see if he knows why he's not on there.
Here's some replies. No. Frank Lee, I do not know. Shout out to Frank Lee, Eastern Kentucky Colonels linebacker. What a freaking guy. 75th All-NBA player right here. But lastly, the easiest explanation is because they didn't take anyone off the previous top 50 list. Which I guess makes sense. In 1996, they made a top 50 players list for the 50th anniversary and kept all 50 of those players on the list. No cuts, no reevaluation, nobody got removed, they're just in. So now you think about this.
That makes even less sense. Bro, that makes even less sense because if you're starting with 50 and like y'all did this in the 90s, y'all have 50 already. So now there's like so many people that y'all didn't put on that list that it's obviously great enough to be on them because they literally wasn't in the NBA yet. So that makes it kind of worse, bro. Like if we was like, all right, we had to make space for the old heads. We have to go back in time and look at all these. That's what I was thinking. So I'm like, maybe they could have just forgot. Like you going back in time, you trying to figure out all these obscure legends that should be remembered. But no, y'all already had them set up. That was already there. Now y'all just going from 2000s and up. You feel me? The Kobe's, the Bronze, the stuff like that. The Iversons, all of that. Bro, it should have been hard not to say Dwight Howard at that point. It should have been like almost impossible to name 25 names from the 2000s and up that are in the top 75. You feel me? Dwight Howard should have been like number 9, like the ninth name that came up after you name all the like Currys and the stuff like that. That should have been one of the first ones to come up, bro.
You got 75 spots, and about 50 of them are already taken
Bob
before the
McAdoo.
voting even really starts. That means only modern era players, Curry, Durant, Harden, Wade, CP3, Dirk, all of them are basically fighting over like 25 spots. And Dwight Howard, after everything he didn't make it. But that's where some people were kind of confused. How you not going to put Dwight Howard on this list over some of the older guys he clearly had a better career than? Which is fair. Dwight was like
Uh, um, I do agree though that the older people should have more. They should have more leeway. Like it should be harder to take the old dudes off the game, off the top of the podium, in my opinion, because we're doing. That's like right. If I come down the court and I'm known for shooting half court shots. Like I don't even pass the line. I'm just boom. I done won series. I done got championships because I could just hit from half court whenever I want to, right? So like let's say I'm at the top, one of the top guys because I created something new. Now everyone does it. Now you're saying I'm lower because there's plenty of people that done it better than you. That's unfair. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't even do it if it wasn't for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had to be the one to put my nuts on the table and be like, you know what, I'm about to do something that's against how basketball's supposed to be played. And it worked out. So I'm goaded. Now that y'all copying me, I'm trash. That don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? And that's not like me saying that old heads are better. I think that it's just more equal than people like to make it seem. Like everyone wants to make it seem like the old heads were like the best of all time and it'll never go back to that. And some people act like they were just plumbers and these new guys are just way better. No. Like people will see Michael Jordan do a double crossover and dunk and they be like, bro, that's trash. But they will literally get the ball in their hands and do the same thing. But then they'll be like, yeah, but when Jordan did it, everybody act like it was crazy. So that's why he's trash. Like, because he made a move that was so great that you 20 years later are using it. They seen it for the first time in real life. So yeah, they act like it was crazy. Like yeah, they're seeing somebody really do this. Now y'all all doing what he does. The only reason why the best scorer on the team has the ball so much and is because of Jordan. Like Jordan made that. Like LeBron definitely amplified it to another level, but he wouldn't need that wouldn't even have been a thought if Jordan wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like so to act like they're trash just because they did it first and now that y'all doing it with 20 years of people adding on to what he created, you can just start from that and then think you're way better than Jordan is crazy. But yeah, I think that the old dudes deserve more respect.
in the face. That's the Power Slap League. Side note, how much to play one game of the Power Slap League? I need at least, I think, an M. I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm black. I'm from the hood. Give me 50,000. You feel me? 50,000. I'll go in there and get slapped. I ain't gonna lie. 50,000, 50,000. But getting slapped is crazy though. I'd be wanting to do some extra stuff after that. I'd be trying to find out where your address is and stuff. But 50,000. But anyway, so this is I'm gonna show y'all why the white wasn't on there. So basically, I'm not gonna get into all this. If y'all want to, y'all can just pause this and read the whole thing. But y'all can see it. All right, y'all can see what y'all see it, right? But you know, Dwight Howard has been exposed in multiple high-profile incidences, both legal and personal, and have drawn significant media and public attention. All right, the things that he's done and alleged and talked about. You know what? We'll read it. In 2021, Howard was sued by Stefan Harper, who alleged that Howard had sexually assaulted him during a meeting at his home. The lawsuit included alleged explicit text messages between the two men, in which Howard reportedly expressed interest in freaky, quotations, sexual encounters, asked for explicit photos, and all right, bro. Look, y'all could just read the best, bro. Like, it's not funny, but it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can see the rest, bro. But that's why Dwight Howard. That's why Dwight Howard wasn't in the top 25. I mean, the top 75. Once he did, and then also, if y'all wonder why people always be like, "You're still good, but why are you not in the league, bro? You still could play. Why are you not in the league?" People say that all the time. Other basketball players, everything. That's why. Once you do certain stuff that gets you out the favor like that, bro. And it's not even the fact that he did it or didn't do it, because I don't know. I don't really didn't do enough research to find out. It's the fact that you're bringing it to the light. Like this is bringing it to light. You're making the NBA look crazy. You know what I'm saying? They don't like that type of stuff. So yeah, that's why he wasn't on there.
Michael Jordan's fake retirement. This might be the actual most famous NBA controversy or conspiracy ever. Did Michael Jordan actually retire in 1993? Or was he secretly suspended? Let's get into it. So, first, what actually happened? October 6th, 1993, Michael Jordan retires. And at the time, this was one of the most shocking things ever to happen in sports. Like, think about what Jordan was at this point. Coming off 3 straight championships, 91, 92, 93, Jordan wins a ring all 3 years. Then retires right after. 30 years old, absolutely in his prime. It's not even a question who the best athlete on the planet is at the time, and the guy just retires from the NBA. The official reasons were a loss of desire. The guy says he didn't enjoy the game like he used to, mental and physical exhaustion. And on top of that, Michael Jordan's father was murdered in July of 1993.
So before I give my opinion, uh, let's just say that this is not unrealistic. Yeah, like yeah, you're in your prime and all that, but think about it. You're already a multimillionaire. You got 3 championships back to back. Like, you know what I'm saying? You kind of already beat the game. You know what I'm saying? So I could see him being like genuinely just like, you know, what else is there to do? Like all I can do is go to a finals and lose, and then people can be like, ah, maybe his prime is done. Like I could see him kind of thinking that, but that's not what I think. I'm gonna tell you what I think after this.
But if you look up the biggest theories in NBA history, this one is going to show up on every single list. First website I found: 10 conspiracy theories that drive sports fans nuts. Number 7. David Stern suspended Michael Jordan from the NBA due to his gambling addiction. So, why the hell would David Stern suspend the best player in the NBA? Let's see why people believe this. I mean, Michael Jordan had a pretty well documented gambling problem. I don't mean like he bet 20 bucks on Aaron Judge to hit a home run. In 1993, during the playoffs, he was seen gambling in Atlantic City the night before a playoff game against the Knicks. Then there's the golf bet situation. A guy named Richard Esquanes came out and said Jordan owed him $1.2 million from golf bets. You know what? Jordan owes me $1.2 million. But for real, this wasn't even a secret. The NBA was already looking into Jordan's gambling. Then here's the theory or controversy people believe. David Stern, the NBA commissioner at the time, secretly suspended Michael Jordan instead of announcing it publicly. They worked out a deal where Jordan just retired. He played baseball for 18 months, then came back like nothing happened. And he did come right back and won the championship at 96, 97, and 98. So another three-peat as soon as he came back. So people think the NBA secretly suspended MJ for a little, and this was done in quiet to protect the NBA, because Jordan was the NBA at this point. You can't suspend the most famous athlete in the world. And during his retirement, Jordan went and played baseball, plays AA baseball actually, in Birmingham, Alabama. Come on, who doesn't want to retire and move to Birmingham, Alabama?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Not to make it about race, but as a black man who, if you're Jordan, you was 30 in the 90s. That means you was born in the 60s. So you was alive when Martin Luther King got shot. You want to go to Birmingham, Alabama. Like that's where you want to be at. You were a millionaire, you could be wherever. As a black man, you wouldn't be in Birmingham, Alabama. All right. But anyway, all right, so this is what I'm thinking, right? In my opinion, he did get suspended or he did get forced to retire or whatever. But there's some reasons for this. And I do believe it's because of the gambling, but not necessarily how people say. I personally believe that he was suspended for gambling, and uh, I want to be light about it because it's not like something. But let's just say we know for a fact that he was gambling so much that he got debt, and we know that he got debt with dangerous people who are connected to illegal gambling. That's all they said back then. But now we know that crime families, mafia, are the illegal gambling people that are coming to these NBA players because of what's happening recently. So if you extrapolate that and then you realize the death of his father was definitely way weirder than you remember. Not saying, what it obviously sounds like I'm implying, but I do believe that's what happened. And there's more evidence to that to prove that than you would think. I'm not saying that means it's true, but there's way more evidence that could support that than you would think. If y'all want me to do a video about that, let me know and I will. But in the grand scheme of things, that's what I think happened. And don't underestimate your powers, chat. When I tell y'all, if y'all want me to do it, I will do it. Let me know. Drop a comment, drop a follow. I will do it. I'm not just saying it to say it, bro. I will do it. But yeah, that's what I think happened.
Controversy 3. Bison Dele's disappearance. So this one is actually wild. So in the 90s, there was an NBA player, Bison Dele, textbook good backup center. Think JaVale McGee's of the world, Costa Kufos. Bison Dele was a good player, and honestly, I don't know if this is a full conspiracy or controversy, but some people still don't believe the full answer. But really, it's one of the saddest stories in NBA history. So Bison Dele was born Brian Williams. He changed his name to Bison Dele in 1998, played 8 seasons in the NBA, the Magic, the Nuggets, the Clippers, Pistons, Bulls. He won a chip with the Bulls in 1997. I mean, he was good.
Golly, was he playing for a different team every year? You say he played for 8 teams, right? I mean, you say he played for 8 years, right? And then how many teams? Hold on.
In the NBA, the Magic, the Nuggets, the Clippers, Pistons, Bulls. He won a chip with the Bulls in 1997. I mean, he was good. He averaged 11 points and 6 rebounds.
Nah, bro. Ain't no way. Hold on. How did that happen, bro? Bruh, you was on each team for like a season and a quarter. Like what?
And then in 1999, at 30 years old in his prime, he retired. The guy walked away from 5 years, $36 million. But that's not even the story. After retiring, Dele basically just lived his life, traveled the world, bought a boat. He named it the Hakuna Matata. And in July of 2002, he sets off on a sailing trip from Tahiti. On the boat with him, his girlfriend Serena Carlin, the boat's captain Bertrand Saldo, and his brother Miles DeBoard. And after that, nothing. No contact ever again. Then on July 20th, the boat returns to Tahiti, and the only person on it is Miles DeBoard, Bison Dele's brother. Dele, his girlfriend, and the captain are all gone. And here's where it gets really dark. After the boat docks, Miles DeBoard starts using Bison Dele's passport, forging his signature, and he tries to buy $152,000 worth of gold with his brother's identity. And then the investigators look at the boat. The Hakuna Matata name has been removed from the side. There's possible patched bullet holes. And Miles DeBoard bought weights shortly before, which investigators believe were used to sink the bodies in the ocean. No bodies were ever found, but the FBI concluded this was most likely a triple murder at sea. But DeBoard did give his version of events, said it was a fight, self-defense, but the FBI said there was no evidence supporting any of that. And it didn't explain the weights. It didn't explain the identity fraud or the bullet holes. And then, before any of this goes to trial, September 2002, DeBoard overdoses on insulin, he falls into a coma and passes away. The only witness, the only suspect, gone. So officially, the case is unsolved. No bodies, no conviction, no trial.
RIP to my guy, man. It be your own people, bro. Shout out to bro, man. You try to live the right life, man. You try to not just make it all about money. You try to go live your life. People still got an issue with that, man. That's unfortunate, man. For real, for real.
The Lonzo Ball draft rig theory. For this one, we got to go back to 2017. May 16th, 2017 specifically. The Lakers just finished 26-56, the third worst record in the league, and they had their own pick in this draft. But here's the thing that made this lottery so high stakes. If the Lakers fell to 4th or lower, the pick goes to the 76ers. Completely gone. By the way, side note, guess the trade that the Sixers could have owned this pick from. Well, if you guessed the Steve Nash trade from 700 years before this, congrats, bud. I don't know how you got that, but congrats, I guess. But looking at this draft lottery, the Lakers got a 15.6% chance at the first pick, 15.7% at the second, 15.6% at the third, 22.6% at the fourth, 26.5% at the fifth. So good chance at the fourth pick, good chance that pick going to Philly if they fall to 5. If they get a top 3 pick, it's basically a 3-way coin toss of which pick they're getting. And well, looking at the draft, the top 2 picks were set. 1 was Markelle Fultz from Washington, and 2 was Lonzo Ball from UCLA. And Lonzo Ball got this dad that's pretty much more famous than Lonzo at the time, LeVar Ball. And LeVar Ball said he sees his son Lonzo in Lakers purple and gold. This is while Lonzo is at UCLA. LA. Where's Lonzo from? Anaheim. How far is Anaheim from LA? 35 minutes. Close enough. So yeah, the Lakers end up with the second pick, and that's when people get insanely skeptical. How's the LA kid, who's more famous than 99% of the NBA at this point, who's going to generate more money than 99% of NBA players can, who went to college in LA, how's he magically going to end up on the LA Lakers? It kind of played out too perfectly, and people weren't really buying it. And this guy LeVar Ball's on TV every damn night, saying he could beat Michael Jordan, saying he's the greatest player ever, saying he's playing the next Spider-Man. This guy says
I ain't gonna lie. I love, I love LeVar Ball and his family. All right, y'all thought y'all was finna get me with a pause. Nah, bro. But I love LeVar, bro. Like if I had kids, bro, I'm the same way, bro. My son's a boxer, bro. He's whooping Mike Tyson, bro. He's whooping ninjas. He's whooping 20 people at once. If he a rapper, he better than Tupac. He better than I'm a rapper. He better than me. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. I would never say that. He's second to me though. You feel me? Same thing with LeBron, bro. If Bronny's my kid, yeah, he's better than some of y'all. Yeah, he's the GOAT for sure. He can go out there and be trash. I'm still gonna say he's the GOAT forever. You know what I'm saying? So I love that. I ain't even gonna lie, I do love that, bro. He used to get me hyped to see like his children. See, I thought I was gonna get me with another pause. Uh, yeah, I'd be hyped. I was hyped to see his children.
everything. And you know, if this dude was saying all this in Phoenix, nobody would care at all. So put him in LA, make some money for the league. So yeah, people looked at all this and said there's no way. The NBA needed the Lakers to keep this pick. The Lakers were in the worst stretch in franchise history, 4 straight years missing the playoffs, and they hand him the local UCLA kid, whose family is already must-watch TV. And obviously there's no evidence of manipulation, but people just don't believe it till this day. But that reminds
Oh yeah, also, before he even gets to what reminded him of, he might be telling y'all to subscribe. And if he does say that, shout out to 2-3, y'all should subscribe, bro. He's a great content creator. He does this for real, for real. By the way, all the lottery, the draft lottery, whatever, all that is rigged. All right, that's not even a question. It's not even a hypothetical question. It's not even a theoretical. It's rigged, bro. There's no sides of the owl besides like Adam Silver himself that would tell you that it's not rigged. Everybody else would basically be like, well, it is kind of convenient. Like, no matter if it's a player, a fan, the freaking somebody who's getting drafted, you know what I'm saying? Commentators, like everyone very clearly knows that they definitely tamper with it.
2010 NBA Finals reffing. Bleacher Report put out an article after this game. Lakers vs Celtics Game 7. What a joke. The final score, 83-79, Lakers win. 4-point game. But here's the number people were pissed at. Free throw attempts, Lakers 37, Celtics 17. In a game 7 of the NBA Finals. The Lakers got to the line 20 more times than the Celtics, and it gets even worse. The Lakers made 25 free throws, the Celtics made 15, so the Lakers got a 10-point advantage just from the free throw line. In a game they won by 4. You look at the stars, KG got 1 free throw in 38 minutes, Pierce got 6 in 46, Rondo 2 in 45, Ray Allen 6 in 45 minutes. Then you look at the Lakers, Pau got 13 in 42 minutes, Metta World Peace got 5 in 46, Kobe got 15 free throws in 45 minutes. And with all this, the Lakers only won by 4.
Okay. Now, y'all already know how I feel about this, bro, because I literally made a whole video about it, bro. Hold on. Bro, so NBA is rigged, right? Talks about how the fixing works, how the whistle works, how all that works, right? And then we got the Jalen Brown where he was talking about the refs, but we kind of like connected back to this video. And then we got LeBron questioning rims, has a little bit of extra, and then all of these are about exposing, but the NBA being rigged right here. If y'all want more on like how the whistle works and how stuff like that works, go watch my video on is the NBA rigged, man. I'll probably have it pop up or something, so y'all ain't gotta, you feel me, actually go searching for it. I know how y'all get, bro.
I mean, let's go back to the article. I'm disgusted. This is unbelievable. I've never seen a basketball game, a game 7, so one-sided in calls. This has to be a joke. The NBA is a joke. I know everyone's going to say I'm a homer and I'm a sore loser. Well, think what you want. This game was disgusting. A disgrace to sports. I don't even think Paul Pierce was this mad. Nah, but for real, Kobe Bryant shot 6 for 24 from the field, 25%, and still scored 23 points. Guy must have hit a bunch of 4-pointers. And Celtic fans are still mad at this, like this guy from the article. But look at this. The Lakers had 53 rebounds in this game. The Celtics had 40. The Lakers had 23 offensive rebounds. More second chance opportunities, more putbacks, more contact in the paint, more fouls. And the Lakers' entire offense that year ran through the paint. Pau, Bynum, Odom, all living inside. And Kendrick Perkins was already out. Rasheed Wallace fouled out, so it was tough. But 20 plus free throw difference in Game 7 is massive. I can't lie. So that's why you'll still hear Celtic fans talk about it to this day.
I'm a Kobe fan. Kobe's my like. If I had to say who's the best, I would probably say Kobe. If you ask me who's my favorite, I'd probably say Iverson, right? So don't act like I'm just hating on Kobe because Kobe. I think Kobe's better than LeBron and Jordan personally. But if you say Jordan's better, I get it. If you say LeBron's better, cool. But yeah, bro, things are rigged, bro. When the NBA wants you to win, they will rig it for you. That's just what it is. And I hate it because it makes it so difficult. That's why my favorite players are always the ones who are not supposed to win. Like right now, like at the time when I was like liking Kobe, I didn't know about all this, so I didn't care. But for me, like a person like a Cade Cunningham, where I know like this year they're not really doing it as much, but like in previous years they wasn't really giving them the calls like that because they played rough. They didn't want them out there hurting good players. They don't really want them to win because it's Detroit, you're a small city. They don't really care like that. But you still out there just winning. That's why like, or even Steph Curry now. And Steph Curry don't get no whistle. Even back when he was in his heyday, they would try to like rig games against Curry. I ain't gonna lie because they wanted LeBron to be in the finals, or they wanted LeBron to win the finals, and he still was out there just dogging and winning. That's why I like that. And I hate this for people like Kobe and Jordan because it makes you look bad even though you're not. It's just because they're calling this stuff for Kobe and they're calling this stuff for Jordan and they're calling it for SGA more than they was doing it for them, like by a long margin in terms of rigging. They rig it for his players to be able to play rough defense and for you to not be able to play rough defense against him. Like they didn't do that back then. They just did. You get your free throws. They out here giving free throws, letting his peoples get off for stuff and all types of crazy stuff. But regardless of the fact, um, it's not like SGA is like going up to Adam Silver and be like, "Yo, make sure those games are going to be rigged for me." He's not doing that. He don't have control of that. They're just doing what benefits them, and he's doing what he's supposed to do, which is play basketball. So it's not like they're bad people or it makes them bad players, but the NBA makes them look like bad players. Like you make them hated because we know that what they're doing wouldn't be done this way if it wasn't for you and like, messing it up. You know what I'm saying? So I just hate that. And it kind of takes away the like the uniqueness of every player. Like, are you really scoring 30 or are you scoring it because they give you the whistle? You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't even have to think about stuff like that. You should just be able to look at it and it be just assume it's called as fair as possible.
Controversy 6. Monte Ellis moped situations. Coming off a 20-point per game season, just won Most Improved Player in 2007, the franchise player, the guy they were building around. He signs a 6-year, $66 million
Whoa, whoa, brother. All right, bro.
extension. 6 years, $66 million. Spooky stuff. But late August 2008, before the season even starts, he shows up injured. And the Warriors ask what the hell happened to him. And Monte Ellis, well, he just tells the Warriors he was playing pickup hoops and got injured. I mean, it happens. It's basketball. Till the Warriors team doctor looks at the injury and sees cuts, abrasions, an injury that doesn't happen in basketball. So the Warriors keep asking Monte Ellis questions. Akinator. Then the truth comes out weeks later. This guy got hurt in a moped accident. Thought he was the brother Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber. And Monte Ellis was riding the moped, crashed it, got a grade 3 high ankle sprain, a torn deltoid ligament, and a severe ankle instability. And here's the worst part. NBA contracts explicitly prohibit riding motorcycles and mopeds. The contract he just
I did not know that. You're not allowed to drive a moped or a motorcycle when you're on the NBA contract. I did not know that. That's why I love this guy. Like, even that's not even about this. You still just get that random knowledge, like knowledge everywhere with this dude when it comes to basketball, bro. Shout out to you.
signed for $66 million, he violated it immediately. Which honestly, I can't blame him. I'm easily dropping 66 mil for a quick spin on a moped. 67 mil though, I don't know. But the Warriors suspend him, 30 games without pay, and he misses the entire first half of the season. He doesn't come back till January 2009. Honestly, I rode a moped one time when I was like 12. And Monte, I get where you're coming from, my guy. But yeah, when this happened, every single Warrior fan obviously was pissed. But Monte Ellis, all-time GOAT if you're a fan of J.R. Smith archetype players, hell of a bucket getter. Controversy 7.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Y'all see what he's about to say next, but I ain't even gonna lie. I feel like, bro, missing basically half a season because you rode a moped is kind of crazy, bro. Missing half a season, people literally be out here getting into actual like fights. Like they'll punch somebody and be suspended for 10 games. You ride a moped, you suspended for 30 games. Like what? Dang, bro. Like I done seen Draymond Green get less for the stuff he be doing. Like y'all talk about half a season for a moped. Golly, like all right, bro. If that's what y'all want to do. Uh, Paul George out here getting caught with ketamine, and you feel me? I took an improper medication, bro. He was playing like 2 weeks later, bro. Teddy Rozier out here illegally gambling. They cleared him, bro. They done got him out now, but only because the stuff came out with the FBI investigation. But if that didn't come out, he'd still be playing right now. But let you ride a moped. Don't let you ride a moped, bro. You gonna get freaking 30. You missing 30 days, bro. 30 games. Not even 30 days. You missing 30 games.
Mavericks illegal tank. So for this one, we got to go back a couple of years. 2003, the end of the 2003 season actually, April 7th, 2023. Mavericks versus Bulls. And the Mavericks are still alive for the play-in tournament, so this is essentially a must-win game. So surely the Mavs came out and played extra hard to try and get into the playoffs. Except, season on the line, Kyrie Irving, right foot injury recovery, Josh Green, rest, Tim Hardaway Jr., left ankle soreness, Maxi Kleber, right hamstring injury recovery, and Christian Wood, rest, will all miss tonight's game against the Bulls. By the way, in case you didn't get it, right foot injury recovery, left ankle soreness, and right hamstring injury recovery, those are all code names for rest, but at least they still got Luka, right? I mean, if all these guys are sitting, Luka must have went off.
And this is what I be talking about, bro. Y'all be thinking that I'm just saying like some bull. Like, no, bro. Even like even a tank, even if I'm tanking, that's a rig. For me, just go watch the video about the NBA being rigged. I'll talk about all of it in there. I don't feel like getting back into it.
And yeah, he did go off for 13 minutes and then sat the rest of the game. Dwight Powell played 10. Then they ran Frank Ntilikina and Reggie Bullock the whole game. Island owner Reggie Bullock, corner GOAT. But the Mavs, they lost 115 to 112, eliminated from the playoffs. Now, why the hell would they basically end their season this way in a must-win game? Well, the Mavericks owed their draft pick to the Knicks, but it was top 10 protected, meaning if the pick landed top 10, Dallas kept it. If it lands 11 or lower, the Knicks get it. So the worse Dallas finish, the better their odds are keeping their own pick. So the Mavericks looked at the playoffs, or the Knicks owning their pick, and sacrificed their own lives. Because obviously, the NBA opened investigation immediately, and of course, the Mavericks were fined $750,000 for intentionally trying to lose. Although, finding Mark Cuban $750,000 is like finding a normal person 75 cents, so I'm sure the guy could not care less. And I mean, this was an obvious tank. Kid said before the game it was an organizational decision, meaning this came from ownership, from the front office, from Mark Cuban, but it worked. They
And to me, I don't remember this like that, so I'm not gonna act like I know. But that don't even sound right to me because you're in the playoffs. It's not like we're tanking in the race. We're in the playoffs. We have a good team. We could win. We're a contender. We always can contend. We don't throw that away for a pick next year. Not even like a crazy pick. It's not like, oh, we know we're gonna get like a Zion Williamson type of guy, like just a pick. Like it's not like, oh, we know for a fact we're getting. You feel me? Like we're getting Wimby. We know, like we know this. Like it's not even nothing big. Just a pick. Who did he end up saying who the pick ended up being? Hold on.
ownership, from the front office, from Mark Cuban, but it worked. They ended up with the 10th pick. They picked Cason Wallace there. They flipped him for Derek Lively 2.
So you did all that to get Derek Lively, basically. I got a song called Derek Lively actually. Shout out to that. I might post it. I might make it pop up somewhere. And it's been out way before this moment. I'm just a Derek Lively fan, so I'm not gonna act like I don't like Derek Lively, but like, no, bro, no, that was not worth it. That was not worth it, in my personal opinion.
2 picks later, Jet Howard just chilling in between them. But yeah, some of the ones in this video, they're opinion based or stories we don't know the truth. This one, the NBA straight up saw it, literally opened an investigation and found the Mavs cheating asses. This one, the league told you themselves. But if you guys enjoyed this, I would genuinely appreciate if you could subscribe.
I did enjoy it, and I would appreciate if y'all subscribe to my God 23. Then go ahead and drop a subscribe over here, man. We drop every 2 days. I know my last video probably says 3 days. Actually, that's cap because this will be my newest video when you're seeing this. So, yeah, boy, let me know, man. Let me know what y'all want to see, though. We got more NBA stuff to talk about, of course, always. We could talk about stuff outside of the NBA. If y'all want me to do that video about Michael Jordan's dad, let me know. If y'all want me to do the Dwight Howard video, I ain't doing that. Y'all freaky, bro. But if y'all want me to do, you feel me, just something like that, exposing or letting y'all know a few more things that y'all probably never heard of, then let me know. Because, like I said, bro, I do's this, bro. So, man, peace and love to the Most High, man. Peace and love to all of y'all. Hope all is well with y'all as it is with me. Look into my eyes so you know I'm real and I'm not AI. I'm a real human. You feel me, chat? Um, if you want to look into my eyes more, follow me on Patreon. Bye bye, bro. Bye bye.